I don't know whether this is going to work or not, but here I'm going to give it a go. I saw this element. Where is it? Yeah, just today, and was looking for something to do exactly this. I'd like to be able to offer on my Open Elements element maker a way to download um, all of your files that you've generated so that you can use them. So I thought this would be a perfect way to do it. Now, this also offers making folders, which might be handy in the future, well, even today. And also download zipping up images, which also might be really cool. And then asynchronously makes them, and then you can just run this code and automatically saves it, or asks you to save it locally. Then you can unzip it and use it. So I thought, you know, a quick way to get your element into Git, a repo. One day I'd love to add Git to the element maker. Let's let that load. There we go. Making nothing. And so I put together this. Now, I only literally just did this a few minutes ago. And so there we go. It's got a dependency of that zip that we just saw them use. And then looking in at their GitHub page, actually it even says it right on that page there, dist JS or the minimized version. And so I wrote a HTML import that simply adds that. So it goes up a directory from whatever your component directory is, and then finds that minimized file and includes it. Now I'm hoping this is going to be enough to write a button that you can press, which has been given all the attributes of the files that you want, like all the text within each of the text files, and then give you a zip, and this will all be performed locally in your browser. So you put your code in the browser, and you download a zip from your browser, so it's like generated locally, and therefore you don't need the internet to do it, which is, you know, what Progressive Web App's all about. So let's get started. Oh, sorry, I was talking about what was on the screen and wasn't actually showing it. Damn. Oh well, let's just run through that again really quick. Let's share my screen. So, where am I? There we are. Right, so this is the place where you can download a zip. You run it and you download a zip. So awesome! It's instantaneous because you don't have to go back and forth to a server. It's all run locally in the browser. It's all quite an easy algorithm. Well, relatively easy algorithm to do. Then I want to include this file, so I put together this repo. It's a very simple repo which has the a dependency of that, and the import, the HTML import that you import, just literally has the download that. So this is a very small wrapper for that. Yeah, and so from that I'm hoping to be able to make a the element we need. So what does it do? It's going to be I'm hoping it's going to be a BUTTON. Let me make that a bit bigger so you can see too. Button to download now we could have multiple files and folders and lots of things all mixed in there, but for now I'm just going to make it so it works for multiple text files. Multi multiple text files, and I'm just going to call it download zip. Or zip download. Now, yeah, it's going to be an inline thing probably, and it's going to be a button. TTON. And in here we'll have some text or text. Damn QWERTY keywords. Right, so the default text is going to be a string of download. And there we have it, download. Okay. Now, when that's tapped on, so let's put on and tap equals. What should it do? It should zip. Okay. Now we want the multiple text files. Well, we're going to have a method zip. And that's going to have basically the same text as this. No. Minus the image. Right. This doesn't actually have to return anything, and who needs semicolons anyway? Not I. Right. So there's our new zip, and bam. Oh no. We just don't want the image part. I don't want the image part. We might want the image part at some point. Hello world, right? So we've got hello text, hello world. Let's see if that runs. No, it's not defined. Ah, you see, we haven't included it. Let's do that. JS and zip. Let's try again. Nope. Let's have a look at the code. Right, we're importing Polymer twice, so I think that means that it's not been included. Okay, so here's this one. Let's see if it's actually in the catalog. If it's not in the catalog, it won't be imported. Nope. Damn it, it's not in the catalog. Okay, well, this gives me an opportunity to show you my deployment process. Well, I use a Chromebook for my development. Control-Shift-T gives me a terminal window, and I can go into my shell, and then I've got my project directories, like OpenElements.org, and in here I have a Git repos folder, which has everything I need, including, hopefully, JS. So we've got a few things: JS zipper, JS open. Well, there might be something that already does JavaScript zipping. That's fun. And this has HTML. That all seems right to me. Okay. So, and I run this script. Let me show you the script first. Okay. So this does git pull, and then it pulls from each of the repos within it, which is running this script called chpull. I go to that file, see git submodules. For each submodule, do a git pull. Let's go back. Then do a bower update and run u. Then Firebase deploy. Let's see what u does. U does a bower prune, so it takes out anything that's not being used anymore, hopefully, and then runs the G file, which does this. It makes a Git repo file, and then for each bower component, it clones the component into that directory. Clone T. Then, optionally, if I unrem these, then it will register that bower component if it hasn't already been registered, which is, quite a few, in fact. So it's quite a good idea to do that occasionally. Then I go through each one and put a git log in its directory for the dist directory. Simple. Let's go back. Then I make a list of all the elements, all the HTML files within bower components, basically, which might be a bit too exhaustive. Then it makes a list of from the .bower.json file. It works out who published it and what release it was. This is so that we can make whether it's got a YAML file and puts the bower file into the git list as well at the end. So we've got everything in the git list, basically. Everything to rebuild a bower file for a component that you make arbitrarily. Then let's see. Oh yeah, I look for any Google Analytics.js references. Remove the files with those references in, because I don't want Google Analytics on my site. They're already hosting it, so they don't need that. And I'm copying the Iron document viewers HTML into all of the directories with to all of the Bower component directories, in fact. So they've all got something to generate the docs from. The IN doc viewer is the element that actually makes the document, so I'm hoping their HTML is the best one to use. And makes a list of tests, and then rsync puts the app directory into this directory. Rsyncs it to my Bikeweek server, which is dev.openelements.org, and then everything's in sync. Then I can test it, but of course before that happens it does a Firebase deploy. So I was hoping to run tests on my server on the dist version and then deploy, but I haven't got that step in there yet. So let's run that script, and you can go and make a cup of coffee, because that's what I'm going to do. While I make sure everything's in there. Now, I did this while I was waiting. I thought I'd give it half an hour before starting, so that if anyone wanted to tune in, they could. Let's see. Control R. So this should be already done. Let me get it to make sure it re-downloads everything. It's just getting the Bower file for every single element. I'd love HTTP 2, that'd be awesome. Anyway, there we go. If I put in zip, hopefully there's 3 elements. Nope, unfortunately not. It's not deployed, and I don't know why. I'm going to see if it's in there by going to Bower components. JS hyphen zip slash. Yep, it's not there. Right, let's try on the Bikefix server. Yep, it is there. Okay, well let's move our operations over there then until it catches up. So I'm on Open Elements now. I'm going to share it via the link. Oh, I don't actually need to share it. I could just reuse this one. Now we've got the imports with there, and it's automatically added Polymer. Still not defined. How frustrating. Live on air as well. Right, well, let's have a look at this element. Inspect. By this time, you could have just done it yourself without my help at all. Well, hoping to make stuff for you. Use it. I wonder if that needs to be declared outside of it. Don't know. Oh, but look, it's not importing. It's not importing my nice new element that we added. Control. Ah. JS. Yep. There it is. Doing its importing thing. Just make sure that does import something. Ah. Well, that sort of helps explain it. I'm importing the wrong thing, so let's update that. Yellow, I put Stark in there. STUK. So this is going through each one, although I could have gone straight to that directory and done it myself. But, you know, I like to make sure everything's up to date. And not just the one thing that I need, because Polymer might have updated and broken everything, in which case I'd like to know about it as quickly as possible on this site that it's for developers, so hopefully they'll understand that it's broken. But like I was saying, one day we'll get tests in place. These are one of those example zip files, by the way. There we go, hello, and images. That's awesome. And the image is just a smiley face, very tiny. Right, let's see, JSMD5. Do I call it JSZip or ZipJS? JSZip. Git and everything. I think I forgot to tell it that it had it. Right, so these are all the things I've added since I last did a commit. Damn. Okay. Git push. And hopefully it'll be on the list now. Look, and in that time between commit, somebody, let's see who that was. Oh yeah, with the Polymer team, updated the app locator behavior, location behavior, and looks like they've added some translation, so that's awesome. App indexing mirror, I don't know what that is. Be interesting to have a look. I might come back to that. It's for local storage. App Store, might be local storage. Balloon, actually, 2 lines added to my README on date display. I made the email link, just a simple thing which sends your email, makes you an email to link for a particular email address with a particular subject line. What's here? Firebase element, Google Components. I think that's obsolete, but somebody's still working on it, so that's nice. Oh yeah, there's the change I made. Yay, that's in. So now it should import the right thing. And it's still going. Cup of coffee time, I reckon. So feel free to fast forward, because I can't fast forward you, or I haven't worked out how yet. Firebase app, that's the one which Polyfire is the one I think is supposed to be the one you're supposed to use for Firebase integration. Right, so now it's done the git pull on everything, and I run Bower update, and I've asked it to do it quietly because it's quite noisy otherwise. And although I've asked it to do it quietly, it literally, because I'm using master on just about everything, it spurts out a load of stuff saying these might conflict, which is what you're just about to see. Oh, and also any invalid stuff in the metadata, because you're only supposed to use one main file, which I don't think I actually added to my Bower file, so maybe I should do that. It shouldn't actually affect the running of the app, but it's a good idea to have it in there because it wasn't automatically generated. Here we are. So this is the main file, and I didn't say anything in name. Might be handy. Oh, 2 o'clock, nearly time to go. And the description. Is that. Now if I go into repos, then zip, git pull, and the bar file should be updated. But as it's not going to affect the running of anything, I'm not going to run the deployment script again. I'll just let that finish wherever it is. That's my local server. There we are. So it's made a list of elements, a list of sources, bow.json files, and everything. Yay. Alright, now it's uploading it to my dev server using rsync. So that's done. Now this one takes a lot longer because, well, it's not rsync, is it? They're basically uploading the whole directory. So it can take a little while. But we were on the dev side. So, yay, that's all up to date. So now if I reload this, I wonder what the documents look like for a non-existent file. Probably says no docs found when it's finally loaded. Oh, it gives it for Polymer. These seem to be the wrong way round. Yeah, no docs. Does totally confuse the document maker. Alright, let's see. We've still got the error message. Yes, damn it. And there's zip. Is trying to be included. We've reloaded everything. I don't know what's going on. We've got the text as download. Function zip that gets run. Leave it as the example. I'll just try empty cache and hard reload to see whether that helps. Nope. Right, if I look at this is what's being imported. Yeah, for some reason it's still not finding that in the element. So I'm just going to have a look at that. Probably best to like either skip to the very end or turn off right now. Please like and subscribe. For genuine programming disasters. Right. Where am I? Alright, so pair production. Pair production is an interesting name, I think, because that's how actual elements are made in reality. That's fun, isn't it? Well, I thought so. Why does that start with close head? Off with your head. So anyway. Go on, it's all like weirdly compressed. Oh yeah, it's on my other server. Yeah, this one has it uses Google's, oh, what's it called? It was not Speedy, but page speed mod for Apache, and so it just squishes everything up to try and conserve. So it would be no fun to debug at all. There is a way of turning it off, but I can't remember it. I'll switch to the main site. You can see what's going on there. Right, so first up, is it in the list of elements? That'd be a good first thing to find out. Let's try to open elements. Search list. Open elements. Here's my list of elements. And as you can see, they're largely in order. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, H, I, J, K, J, O, S, Juicy, Jason, MD5. Why isn't it listed? Is it not a Bower file? Does it not end in HTML? Yeah, after all that. There's another thing I can try. Maybe iron. No. No. So I think this is the thing to look at. Alright, let's start with ls. Now, if I can capture the screen the Bower file, JS-zip's in there. No, JS-zip is in there, version 3. And there, oh look, it's called it JS-zip and JS-zip. So I've got a conflict here. They're both called the same thing. Oh, the silly mistakes that I have made in my life. This is a big one. So, anyway, let's edit that file. JSON. There we go. This should sort it all out. Cup of coffee and dancing around time again. You've probably seen that enough times. Good no actual live views, so everyone can be skipping ahead and going, what a disaster that one was. I don't think I'll be sharing this one on Polymer. Yeah. So let's stop the screen share. So, hello. Yeah, sorry about this one being a complete mess, but you know, sometimes I mess up, and this is what the process that I go through to kind of fix it, and it happens on a daily basis. So, yeah. Now I'm going to go make a cup of coffee. You can hang around if you like and watch me or listen to me make coffee. The website's still deploying, so that's going to take a little while. And I'll see if it works afterwards. Yeah. Still doing. I'm going to listen to my podcast. Oh, check my text messages. I just said hi to somebody. I have no idea who they are. Is that you? Might be. If that's even a real person, there's so many unreal people in the world. It's amazing, isn't it? There he is in big. I think it's a he. It's got a lion behind him. That's really cool. Oh, done the Git update. Now it's doing the Bower invalid Bower file thing. Well, he seems to have a contact number and stuff. It might even be local. Still working. We'll go back to the screen share so you can see what's going on rather than looking at me. Here we are. That was the first time on Bower Prune I had something uninstall. That's good, isn't it? Well, the first time that I've noticed. And I thought the Firebase element was obsolete, so obviously everything's updated to match. So now it's no longer in my catalogue. Yay. Ding. In sync. So now my list of elements might include there it is. Cool, so that should be importable. So what we got? Right, it's reloaded. Let's try reloading it again. Sometimes I find it only ever actually properly reloads when I'm on the network page and I press Control R. And caching's disabled. Even going like hard reset, delete cache and hard refresh doesn't always do it. Oh yeah, and of course it won't have uploaded to Google yet. So we might have split. No, yeah. I always thought that Google, or I mean Firebase Firebase's hosting, which I think is like app something, could have an rsync version. You know, like it's already got everything up on their server, and then it could locally make another copy of that, rsync with -d, which deletes -D, which deletes the files that you haven't already uploaded. I mean, that you've uploaded, but you might have deleted locally, and then bingo bango, you'd have it all up there without all this mucking around in hyperspace. You know, takes so long. What? No error message? Also, no downloaded file. Let's see what's going here. So I click that. Is that still on tap? Zip? Yeah. No error message. Lovely. Ooh, exciting stuff. Alright, so we've got hello world as a file, hopefully. Hello.txt. Let's call it hi. And then run that. Doesn't seem to be any error messages, but I'm not getting a file downloaded either. What's the warnings? Oh yeah, Plex layout is deprecated. Right, well, let's see what the zip is. Console.log zip. So I know what it is because there are too many console logs. Yeah, and clear that. So it has a file. The file name, the date, and some data, world, new line, and that's good. On this site, if I was to just delete those two, still downloads it. I wonder if this would accept a callback rather than a .then just in case I haven't got a library in. Can I generate it non-asynchronously? Let's add a debugger. Beep. So now it's stopped here, the debugging statement. I can type zip and get a thing. So zip dot generate. So we've got generate. And I was going to do that as a type blob. This method has been removed in, please check the grid notes. It's not been completely removed. Generate internal stream. Let's try to save. Content not defined. Function. How do I get this to simply generate? What happens if I run that? Copy. Why doesn't it say, here's your file? I don't know. Maybe I'll come back to it tomorrow or another time. Sorry for wasting everyone's time who's been watching this. Or maybe it wasn't a waste of time. Maybe you were just listening to it while you were getting on with other stuff. And it's still trying to deploy after many minutes of it already deployed to my server. Humdrum. One more try. There it's Control R. Not there. Obviously. It is here, but for some reason it's not working. It could be that it's running, because it's running in an iframe, it's kind of sandboxed. That kind of makes sense. And also it's not HTTPS, so maybe it doesn't trust files that have been generated by un-HTTPS sites. There are two things I'll try, and I'll get back to you. Stop. Yeah, so again, sorry if this has wasted your time. It was a little bit of a waste of my time maybe, but at least I'm maybe a step closer to being able to download a zip. Which would be awesome. And I think what I'll do is I'll have an object with file names and the contents of the files as a sub-property of those files. And yeah, maybe if they start with base64, then they could be a base64 image. That way we could have images in there. But I'm not too worried about images, really. I just want to get my, so when you're on this, let me share my screen one more time. When you're here, instead of sharing via a link, you could download. And then you could git commit and upload to GitHub, and then I could add it to my OpenElements with a Bower install, and it would all be really cool. Alright, well, thanks for watching. If you found it useful, subscribe, like. If you found it really annoying and horrible, then leave a comment saying how horrible you found it. I enjoy those. I haven't had any yet, so I'd really like some feedback. And yeah, this has been over an hour of me trying to do something and not actually managing to do it, but at least I'm nearly there. And then I will be able to download files. It'll be so awesome that I'll just be like, I'll make an element, I'll download it, I'll git init, and then git add dot, so I've got everything in there, and git commit that as an initial commit, and I've actually got a working thing ready to deploy, and I won't have any of that mucking around in hyperspace, which we all hate. Alright, thanks guys, have a good time, or gals, guys and gals, oh guys, I mean really, hey guys, right, there we go.